Okay. Hi, welcome back to Deeper Conversations with me, your host, Matthew Silvers. Today, I am joined by the lovely and iconic Nantuckette, in drag, Ryan, out of drag, fucking icon. Hi, hello. How are you doing today?
Hi, oh my God, yes, it is me, Fat Brooke Shields. Hi. I'm great. I'm slowly roasting away here in North Carolina. Um, just living life and loving that I have two fans going and air conditioning.
I love that. Yeah, it's 90 degrees here. It feels like 1,000. I am currently on Speedo Watch, which we are currently going to get into very, very soon. But I'm on Speedo Watch today because I literally looked up and the shipment is supposed to be here before 6 p.m. today. So I have 4 hours. And I definitely am going by the pool. I just got my second vaccine and I just want to go chill by the pool the rest of the day.
I meant earlier to be like, hey, did your package arrive?
I guess
But
like
you
I
got
literally
it.
was like, should I wear it on the podcast? Like if it comes in time, like here for it. We'll be taking photos in it for sure, but it hasn't come yet. I have 4 hours and I'm very excited.
But if you just
Um,
wear it on the podcast, then like you can't thirst trap on Instagram. And I am fully here for using my product to get you attention on social media.
oh, well, you definitely know I would wear it everywhere. I would wear it on the podcast. I would wear it on Instagram. Like, let's be real, your styles don't go out of fashion on any platform. You can use it anywhere.
Oh
Um,
wow, chic and iconic. Yes, it's me.
oh my God. So I'm gonna ask a couple personal questions and then we'll get into the business stuff and it'll be exciting. We want to know me specifically. So COVID hits. You are where right before COVID?
So I was living in Baltimore, Maryland. We are known for our crime, end of list. And I worked
Okay.
for a tech startup. So I had been in tech sales for a few years and I called it my muggle job. Um, I liked it very much. I liked what I did. I liked the people I worked with. But when COVID hits, obviously everyone's a little freaked out. We weren't quite sure what to make of it. And so instead of trying to work through it, my company was like, hey, let's fire half of the people. So that was my Jush. Um, got laid off right as the Panda Express began and was very thankful that we, despite whatever politics were going on at the time, was thankful for unemployment. And so I was in Baltimore, and my side gig of doing what we'll talk about later, my business, suddenly became my full-time gig.
Oh,
And so it was a lot of adjusting. Um, and then as time went by, my family was moving to North Carolina, and I had nothing tying me to Baltimore anymore. So I figured I can ride out the rest of this at the beach. So that's
oh,
where I am now.
I love that. Um, uh, oh my God, I just spaced out. Oh no. What was I gonna say? Oh, when did you start the whole drag thing?
Um, well, I crawled out of a gaping maw in the earth during the Victorian period, but I really didn't. I didn't start drag until like, oh God, probably like 10-ish years ago.
Okay.
And I kind of fell into it by accident.
Please let us know.
So I know everyone will be shocked to know this, but me, a drag queen, used to do musical theater and still do
Oh
musical
my God,
theater.
what?
Wow, hashtag weaponizing my
You can't think
BFA.
about it. What's your favorite musical? Go.
Cabaret.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Strong answer. All right.
A strong answer. You know what I love? You know what my favorite thing to do for a Wednesday matinee is? Nazis. Anyways, so I was in a production of Hairspray in Baltimore. Wow,
Okay. First of
meta.
all, iconic. Second of all, so was I. Who are you?
I was white person number 7, bringing the violent caucasity to the
You mean
stage. I
you
was one
weren't
of the nicest
you
kids.
weren't Brad? Oh shit. Wait, were you Brad?
No,
Oh.
I was IQ.
Oh, good for you.
Wanted to be Shelley, but
Yeah,
you
I
know.
know.
So okay, so you know this. So
I want to
in
learn.
the mother-daughter day scene, the male ensemble boys tend to double as the quote-unquote mothers.
Yes.
Um, so a friend and I were like, and because this was local theater, of course there were a few adults in it, but they ran out of people. So a friend and I were like, well, we have time, we'll do it. So this led to us deciding to costume ourselves and do our own wigs. So I had found this lovely budget Peg Bundy wig, very Lortzy, very much a hard front, very much not a lace front. And after a while, we like the makeup kept getting more wild, and then we started making these ridiculous videos. We named ourselves Bev and Carol. Um, I beat the ever loving Christ out of my good friend on stage with my purse. And I don't exactly remember what happened,
Do
but
you remember
someone,
what part of the song you were? If anybody is not very aware of that specific scene, they sing don't is it called Don't Stop?
it's
Oh
Big Blonde and
god.
Beautiful. It's the end of Big Blonde and Beautiful, and it's the end of Act One.
Is it? Oh, I thought we were talking the song Don't Stop, No, Please. Oh, Mama, I'm a Big Girl Now. Is that not? Oh,
No,
that's what I was thinking in my head.
yeah, that's earlier in the show. This is Big Blonde and Beautiful, and it was
Okay.
basically like, we need you in the background for 20 seconds.
Yeah,
And because
right.
I refused to never not be the main character, I was like, oh, this is
Of
my moment.
course.
As Jordan Sparks once sang, this is my now. And um we grabbed the bull by the horns, and then our videos started like, people started watching them all the time on Facebook. So by closing night of the show, they asked Bev and Carol to do the big raffle. So it's like us in messy day drag. Of course, my parents are in the second row, and I'm like, oh, hello. And someone asked us if we did drag, and we were like, no, not really. And at the time, there was a legendary drag club called the Hippo in Baltimore. And before you knew it, we were asked to come and do
No
what we
fucking
thought
way.
was what we thought was a gig, and it turned out to be a pageant. So it's my friend and I in like Goodwill dresses and the wigs that we stole from the theater, and we're like doing a talent, quote unquote. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, are you ready for the question and answer session? I was like, I mean, I've had 7 vodka sodas, so sure.
How old
And
were you at this time?
oh my gosh, I was young. I was probably, I don't know, 23-ish,
Oh,
maybe.
and this is maybe I missed that part. This was community theater then.
Oh, oh, honey. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, I just thought it was for some reason my mind went to high school theater. Okay, understood.
No, yeah. So this is like community theater. So
Gotcha.
I still remember, because we were the only people competing as a duo because we didn't know it was a competition. They were like, what trend in fashion do you wish would go away? And I was like, I wish that everyone would stop getting the Justin Bieber haircut, because I can't tell if you're a Canadian twink or a tiny lesbian.
Okay, first of
And
all, love. Second of all, I still agree, and it's 2021. I still agree. What are we doing out here with these nasty haircuts? Like, I'm not a bitch to judge, but sometimes, yes, I am, and that is not it.
it was not the moment. And of course, all these other people are giving answers like world peace, gay rights. And I'm like, the lesbians. So we did not win the pageant, sadly.
I would have given
But
you
that
the win right there. What?
truly, where is my trophy? But that turned into us doing all these gigs because Baltimore was a big like pageant drag scene,
Yeah.
and everyone took it very seriously.
Did you get
And
paid for
here
any
we
of it?
are. Yeah, as we started doing gigs,
Okay.
and then we started making great tip money because we were the only people doing like ugly booger comedy drag, and we used to buy the ugliest outfits and just run through all the Baltimore gay bars, just harassing people. There are, from the time I made business cards, and this was during icon Carly Rae Jepsen's rise to fame with Call Me Maybe,
What
and
year?
we
That
had
was
bet.
2000.
Oh my God, it was a long time ago, like 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
a long time ago. So you know, here we are, and I had made business cards, and on the back, because we were just two nice Midwestern housewives,
Right.
it said, "Hey, we just met you, and this is crazy, but go find Jesus; he'll save you." And we used to hand them out at the bars.
That's
So
fucked up. That's incredible.
I've been deeply problematic for a long time now.
Wow.
Canceled. I
Wow.
cancel myself. So I
I
stay
love,
canceled.
I love that story. Speaking of stories, so you go doing this drag, and you're at the time, your name is, you said,
Carol.
what is it?
Carol.
Carol.
Just Carol.
So how does Carol go from being Carol to going to Nantucket?
Oh, okay. So Escandalo. Because we performed as a duo, we were Bev and Carol. So
And what happened to Bev is my other question.
Bev is still around. So Bev was, you know, we were very close friends. We did all this theater together. We were doing drag together. And Bev had booked us a gig for something, and I couldn't go because I had spent a fortune on like Broadway tickets. And I was like, I can't do it because like Broadway is really expensive. And she basically was like, fine, I don't need you. And we have maybe spoken 10 words since.
Okay.
Truly was just like, you're out of here.
When was the Bev? Wait, when was this Bev and Carol breakup?
Oh, this was maybe like a year after we started.
Oh, okay. This is like the worst breakup since Wendy. Okay.
Truly. So like she had moved to Philly at the time and is now like the Philly queen. She is so smart. She's so funny. She's so like I think she is an incredible performer, and she has made a huge name for herself in Philly. Like she is the queen of Philly. I'm shocked she hasn't been on Drag Race.
Yeah, I love
but
that.
we've barely spoken. So I had changed my name to Debuka Mormon.
Okay.
Don't know why. I thought it was funny. But the whole time I was like, wouldn't Nantucket be the funniest drag name ever? I don't know why I didn't change it. So I was the Book of Mormon for years. And then I was like, oh, wait, the Mormons are really problematic. And also they wear that weird underwear. And that's not chic, fly, or sexy. So about 3 years ago, I finally became my final form Pokemon. And now I am Nantucket. I am terrorizing the internet and hiding in people's bushes at night, you know.
Okay, but what excuse me if I'm being stupid as hell. What is Nantucket? Like what is, it's a place, isn't it?
It is. So I always was kind of like a bougie white woman.
Okay.
And Nantucket is the very, very fancy, very Caucasian summer destination for like the ultra rich.
Okay.
And I like drag names that kind of tell people what they're gonna get up front. So it's like, okay, you think
that's
like
perfect.
Violently. Well, yeah, and like you think, okay, she's gonna be this like bougie white lady, and then it's also a tucking joke. Haha, funny.
Yeah.
Because OMG, I'm sitting on my testicles. So yeah, that's how that was Nan's evolution.
It's like Nantucket because it's like by the beach, isn't it? You give like beachy vibes, but instead of beachy, it's bitchy. Like you bit, like it's great. It's iconic.
Oh my god, I should make that into a t-shirt.
Please do. Take all my ideas.
Because
I love that.
No, I mean, currently my catchphrase is "Hello, pores."
Giving you beachy vibes, or it's like, yeah, and then you just, but
I
it's spelled beachy, and then all you have to do is cross out the E and write the I, so people still know it's beachy, but you're okay.
I mean, people should know.
Make it happen. If you do it, I will be buying a shirt. I will be buying a shirt.
Work. I know my merch shop is live now. People can buy my stickers with my problematic catchphrases on them.
I love that. Do you think you're famous enough?
Oh my god, no.
Or do you feel very underappreciated?
Always.
How are you not more famous?
I think it's because I don't have like a 30-inch waist.
Okay. No, no, stop. No, because I'm seriously obsessed with that. And that's like something we're going to talk about. But I love that fucking answer. Okay. Before we get into the business stuff, one more question. Clearly, a bitch is confident as fuck, regardless of being underappreciated. Where do you get this confidence from? Is it from some trauma from childhood? Is it from being a bad bitch? Is it from being a drag queen? Like,
I mean, of course, like some childhood trauma, because like I was a child actor, so clearly I wasn't getting enough attention. So like I've been unpacking that for a long time.
okay,
Thank you, Dr. Zismar. And um it took me a while, because even in my 20s, when I was like working out all the time and I was in great shape, I've always been like a 5'8" stocky guy. Even when I was in great shape, I didn't fit kind of the quote unquote norm. um you know what I mean? Like, next gay thing is definitely not sending me boxes full of discounted jock straps for me to sell to my Instagram followers.
right.
But it was
Which
probably like
is
20. Oh my God, I know. So it's probably like 26, 27. And there is this whole concept of, oh my God, it's the return of Saturn, where like Saturn makes like a revolution around the sun every 7 years. I could be getting that completely wrong, could be the wrong planet.
wait, the one
But
where
there's
you
this whole,
can't stare at the sun? Like it's a
that's
blackout
an
moment for the sun and you can like
eclipse.
you can't. Yeah,
This is basically a concept that like every 7 years of your life you kind of get to start over. And
got it.
27 was kind of that year. And I don't know what happened, but I think I'd been there in therapy long enough, and I had kind of heard everything. I've been insulted in every possible way. And I was just like, I don't really put any weight into people's opinions of me anymore. And I don't want to, I make it sound so easy. And it kind of was like a flip, like a switch being flipped. Um, but really it was so many years of therapy, and finally just being like, if someone else doesn't like me, or if someone doesn't like what I do, or like the way I look, that's that's their thing.
At this point,
That
it's
has nothing to do with me.
exhausting. Like, who gives a shit? Like, sure, there are things that we should and should not be doing, or should be doing, and whatnot. And there's stuff people need to be called out on. But like yesterday, somebody literally stitched a video and of mine on TikTok and literally just said, "You're an idiot," and that was the video. And I was like, scroll. I was like, I'm gonna need
Work.
a little bit. I was like, but and that stuff is funny to me now. I'm like, if you're gonna call me an idiot, like you're gonna, I think they need to try harder. I was like, I want the insult, give me the insult, but you're gonna have to try a little bit harder to shade me like that. But today, funny enough, while I was sitting in line to get my second dose of the vaccine, I had happened to seen, and it's on my TikTok right now. I just posted it. The guy blocked me. I tried to have a respectful conversation. His story was I don't know how you say it, but I think it's like the Levain Bakery, which is like a popular like place to get cookies. Like they have one of the best cookies in New York City.
Oh, we
Um,
love their cookies.
okay, I've never been. I want to go,
So
but I've never
good.
been. But he posted it and said, um, and he knew what he was doing because after the conversation I had with him, like I found out he knew what he was doing. He said, my boss just gave me these cookies. I love them, but does she not realize what month it is? And then like 3 gay pride flags. And I was like, you're being like, this is screaming fat phobic, body dysmorphia, eating disorders. Like, I don't know why you're trying to do this. So I tried to have a respectful conversation with him. There's a point of the story that I'm getting to. Tried to have a respectful conversation with him, and he said he had been through some things. I will not disclose what they are. That is private information.
Yeah.
But basically, he has had a journey. And then he said at the end that he should be allowed to make this joke. There are some jokes that cross the line. That was one of them. And I don't like that. And he knows what he was doing. He was making a joke about an eating disorder. And I was like, that's not okay. Eating disorders, whether you're through it or not, are not something you joke about. So like, for example, like that's something that made me angry and should have effect where I should be able to call it out for what it is. But in other, like most other aspects, like I feel you, like I'm very confident and like, sometimes it can be a flip of a switch. And sometimes it's a journey for everyone anyways. And sometimes it can be a little bit more difficult. And sometimes you do end up getting to an age where you're just sick of other people just like talking smack for no reason. Like you're still 16 in high school and you're like a petty little, Regina George. So I totally get where you're
Well,
coming from.
yeah, and that's that whole concept, like, oh, it's Pride Month, I can't eat. I'm like, ew, how fucking boring. Truly.
Can you be more original, especially as a white gay with abs? Like, can you be more original?
Oh my God, a white gay with abs who's gonna wear 5-inch cutoff shorts with white like Converse sneakers,
Oh my
the
God,
$3 bill in New York,
black
where he's gonna dance around.
mesh, black mesh. Oh my God, what?
Like, listen, do your thing, Jeffrey, Chad, whatever your name is, but like,
I'm not judging a
you
bitch, but
can't.
here's the thing: is like
I am.
I love that. I'm okay with that. I'm not judging a bitch, but here's the thing: is like if you're gonna do so, I'm gonna need you to continue to talk about things, be diverse, be inclusive. Like these are the same bitches whose entire friend group looks exactly the same, which is those people, with abs and mainly white. So like it's just
Oh
annoying. Like you're
yeah.
stop perpetuating a stereotype because like we're gonna still call you out on it and you're gonna be mad and you're not gonna be able to take constructive criticism. Like I tried to help this guy out and I was like, I don't want to call you out, but I'd like to use the photo to explain to people why this can be harmful. And then he was like, are you kidding me? And I was like, no, bitch. And he was like, please don't do it. And I was like, done, did it. Because I don't give a shit. Because if you hate me at the end of the day, when I die, doesn't matter. You can hate me all you want, but like, what are you going to do about it? I'm trying to make the world a better place, and you're making a joke about an eating disorder, and I'm not okay with it. So, and this is just one of those examples where it's, people would be like, oh, you're too sensitive. No, we are getting to a place where we feel more comfortable calling the things out and we're figuring out what is right and wrong. We're figuring out what is right and wrong to make jokes about, and feeling more comfortable. I think everyone's slowly starting to feel more comfortable in their own skins, regardless of who you are, who you love, whatnot. It just feels that way. It's a shift in the world. Like it's not just everyone's becoming more sensitive. And of course, there are definitely a lot of ways to look at it, but yeah.
Yeah, and listen, there are people that even I am like, all right, you gotta. The world is not necessarily always going to be kind to us. Some people are just hypersensitive, and it is what it is. That is each person's journey. But like, I scroll through Twitter and I see like the hot gays who, they go out, they're all wearing the same thing, they're all dancing around shirtless. And here's the thing: I'm glad they're having fun. That's fine. But I have given up, not given up, but I've moved on from the point where I seek validation from any person like that. Because here's the thing: at the end of the day, those are the people paying good money to come to my shows so that I can roast them alive. Those people pay for me to make fun of them. And I do it with love because most of them can take the joke. Most of them know that I say those things with love. But it truly, I see pictures of them in like their little Speedos on Fire Island. And I'm like, oh my God, look how cute you all look. Did you forget to invite your Black friend?
That's what I bring. It's not that hard to look around and to evaluate your friend group. You are perpetuating this stereotype that like, and it's funny because, to be quite frank, all of these people in their financial jobs, because I guarantee you half of those white people are in some form of business, whether that be a bank, a credit union, an accountant, whatever the fuck. A paralegal, you name it, that's probably the job that they have. And like, sure, do I want a rich daddy that's a paralegal? Yes, please. But like at the end of the day, I'm just gonna fucking say it. I'm probably smarter than you because your research, your education stopped at a certain point, and I haven't stopped. Like I haven't stopped trying. I haven't stopped trying to diversify and be inclusive. And like, it's again really not that hard. The common sense brain is the thing that's not there. It's not that hard to just look around and be like, this feels very wrong. This feels very disgusting. But because they're all fucking each other, it doesn't matter because they're having a good time. Like, I still don't know what the politically correct way to say it is. And even when I was bigger, like I didn't know what the fucking word I wanted to be called was anyway. But for, lack of knowledge at the current moment, bring your fat friend to fucking Fire Island, bitch. Like, just fucking do it. Like, and if you don't have a fat friend to invite to Fire Island, then that's a problem. Like, it really, I don't want to be wrapped up in those people, but those people do still need to be held accountable so that when the time comes, like if I wanted to be involved with them, I could be. because, you know, they're not going to judge me or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, that's why, like, I don't know. I like my friend group, and to be entirely frank, I would much rather be twirling around in my caftan at brunch in P-Town than having my ears assaulted by like the toxic Britney Spears remix that I've heard 84 times on Fire Island, as a bunch of people with Clack fans are just like, yes. And I'm like, you all have done so much G, and I'm so bored, and I want to go home.
Have you been?
And also, oh, Fire Island, I hate it.
Okay.
I don't want to be stuck on an island with all these people who are like racist and fat phobic and boring. I'm like, oh my God, you're all named Jeffrey.
I love it.
And that's the thing is I like not I said earlier like, oh, I've given up on that, but some part of me has. It's just like I know that we just those people and I just probably don't have anything in common, and that is totally fine. And like, you know what, even like right now I started to work out again, I'm starting to power lift again. Even if I get into like great shape, that's not going to change the fact that like their values are different than mine.
Yes. Yep.
And like that's okay, because you know what, I don't have room around my throne
You
for
know, I've
that many
always said
people.
that ever since I was heavy. I always said, I'm doing this for me. And if these people don't want to be my friends now, and once if I end up getting abs and they suddenly want me, I don't want them. It's not, you know, you should have realized this before. Like
I
that's
have a
toxic
very large
behavior.
collection of very expensive jewelry, and I cannot have these bottoms trying to rob me, because they're all mask for mask until they see a wig, and then they're like, oh my God, can I try that on? And I'm like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
You can go buy your little shake and go from Amazon. You will not be touching my next things.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. So moral of that little rant is please check your friend group. Please check yourself. Like, I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what the fuck you look like. Check yourself, because just because you think you have it together and that you posted a black square doesn't mean that you need to constantly be checking
God,
yourself.
the black
Check
squares.
your fucking self, bitch.
All the white
um
people who posted black squares and they're like, oh my God, we solved racism. I'm like, thanks, guys. Great.
I
You did
posted a
it.
black square and I did that whole thing, but then I continued on to talk about the rest of the shit. I was like, I'm not going to do this for performative activism. Like, that shit's stupid. And I started talking
Yeah.
about racism and homophobia the other day on my TikTok, and people were like, why are you going into these topics? Like, why? I was like, because just because it's not trending doesn't mean I can't talk about it and educate yourselves. Like,
Oh, I've been calling TikTok out left and right. My account I hit 90,000 followers and my
what
account got
happened?
banned.
I did see that. Do we have specifics?
So essentially what happened, the way that I built my whole platform there was I was posting videos for the longest time about like, here's my drag room, here's my drag bunker, here's how I sew stuff, and no one really cared. And then I saw one of the dumbest videos I've ever seen, and I did a stitch, and I was just like, we're suing all straight people. I hate this content, we're suing them all. Jokingly. And people, first off, people got so upset. They're like, how are you going to sue all straight people? I was like, oh my God, what was it like not having finished high school? And then
What was it
just
like
like,
not being able to take an actual joke that can be funny?
and that was when I learned very quickly that like TikTok is, for the most part, people are in on the joke, but then people are just like, they just want to be offended. But what
Yes.
happened was I learned very quickly that, my sense of humor is what makes me a popular entertainer. So I was making funny videos, and then I was backing that up by going live. And whenever I went live, my videos would get pushed to more people, and I started gaining, like, I was gaining like 2,000 followers a day for the longest time.
Oh, shit.
And right around when I hit, I want to say about 75,000 followers, when I would go live, and most of the time when I was going live, I was just styling wigs or doing my makeup, but I would just get, I would average about 30 viewers, and then all of a sudden the viewers would jump to like 200, and it would just be trolls like flinging homophobic insults. And here's my thing, nothing that anyone says is actually going to affect me, but I also realize that those people are going to move on to someone else who might actually take their words to heart. I'm like, you can call me a beached whale all I want. I'm sitting next to my $4,000 Louis Vuitton bag, and you're a part-time Red Lobster hostess. So like, we are not the
Yeah, and
same, honey
like to
girl.
those people, like, you don't know what it's like to be in a position that I'm in, that I love myself so fucking much that your words don't fucking affect me. Like, I can look, I can sound, I can fuck however I want. And you can't judge me because I love myself. Like, it's nothing you say. I love this word for no reason. Nothing you say is going to penetrate the wall that I have. Okay. Let's just make that very clear.
Well, and that was what, and then people started paying more attention because I started reading these trolls. But then I was just like, I just learned to like, I learned how to put like comment filters on everything. But I remember all of a sudden my videos started getting flagged for like community violations. And I was like, this doesn't make sense. And then one day my live got cut off and it said, you have temporarily been banned from going live because of like nudity. And I was like, what is going on? So I think the problem is when the comments would, when they were coming in and then people couldn't actually like interact, I would just turn commenting off and then they would get angry. So they start mass reporting your video. So that was when I was like, okay, this is going to be a problem because once the homophobes find you, they're like not going to stop. So the day that I hit 90K, I was live. And as soon as I ended my live, the most recent video I posted said that there was a community violation. So I went to hit appeal and then it was like, your account is permanently banned.
If that ever
Like,
happens to me, I will literally cry.
well, so I was like, what? And I hit the appeal button and it let me type in an appeal. And I was like, I don't know what's going on, but like you all have been doing literally nothing. I kept reporting all these homophobes who were like, die faggot, blah, 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 left and right. And it was just like, this doesn't violate our community guidelines. But I was like, oh, but me making a joke about OnlyFans, that does. Okay. And I was like, I'm just going to be really loud about it. So I started tagging them 20 times a day on Twitter. I had people emailing them. I was emailing left and right. And then I eventually got the account back. And I was like, great. And then the other day, and again, I went back to doing my lives. The other day, I was so fed up just because we had some family stuff go down. And it was just kind of, I was in a weird place emotionally.
Yeah.
But I was on my live. I was just working on wigs. And like, I'm just working on wigs. I'm sitting there in a tank top styling a wig. Like, I know I don't look like a straight man, but it's like I could have been a straight guy sitting there doing this. And these people just would not stop. And none of my moderators were in there. So I'm trying to like block them as I go. And I just got so upset. And I was just like, what is wrong with you people? I was like, I could never imagine being this like lonely and sad and have like, parents who were brother and sister and just be so like such an incest baby that I need to like go and do all of this stuff. And my live got taken down and it was like for controversial content. And then it's like, you've been banned from going live until September. So TikTok basically cut off my ability to reach the people that are my quote unquote audience. I hate using that word, but I have over 100,000 followers now. So I guess that's what it is. And I straight up emailed their legal department. I was like, this is discrimination. I was like, this third day of Pride Month, and you say I can't go live. And I was like, I will be super problematic. I'll find a lawyer to be like, I don't know, I'll sue you for discrimination just for fun. I was like, I've had it.
You can sue for emotional distress.
Well, it's not even like emotional distress. It's like and then I went over to their Twitter, the official TikTok Twitter, and of course, like every other corporation, they're like, LOL, oh my God, Pride Month, here's a rainbow. And I opened up the comment section and it was hundreds of other queer creators who were like, why did you ban my account?
Wow.
And it was just like left and right. And it's just one of those things that I got so annoyed because I think what is so funny, especially this year, is that we are all calling out the rainbow capitalism and the bullshit more than ever. Because it's just like, you guys don't care about gay people. You want to sell us like a rainbow covered like t-shirt. And then you're going to turn around on July 1st and give money to like Donald Trump to be reelected. Mm-hmm. So it's like, that still isn't solved. And now my account is like shadow banned because I just keep emailing them. But at the end of the day, that is what has kind of finally opened so many doors for me. And I've been working so hard for so many years to get noticed, either like as an actor or as a performer or as a singer. And that's finally what worked. And you know what? them trying to suppress me isn't going to make me less funny or less sparkly or less beautiful.
And the funny
I'm
thing is,
just going to
like,
be
I
all
mean,
those things and annoying.
obviously, like, I have a very hard time feeling very underappreciated, and I know I'm like not a big. I'm you know I've almost 30K on TikTok, and I'm very satisfied for what I have, but I do want to grow more. Would I like it to be faster? Yes. Um, but obviously this shit, I mean, I guess it's on me too. I guess the shit that I'm doing is working, but like the shit that you're doing is fucking working. Like whether it not be because of fucking, you know, TikTok fucking you over, but like regardless, like people are, which we're literally just about to get into. I know we're going on a rant, but like people are finding your fucking business. Like you're getting self promotion, pun intended, up the ass. Like,
Yeah.
so like you're doing something right. And I hate when people say that, like, it takes time, be patient. Like, I hate that shit. I have to constantly tell myself and other people, like, it's just sometimes it's not our second, it's not our moment, but that doesn't mean like tomorrow's not the fucking day that it happens. Like, you're doing
Well,
the
so
shit.
my therapist said something similar to me where it's like it does take time. You do have to be patient because I was having an issue with like all of a sudden I went from 13,000 to 100,000 followers in 2
That's
months.
insane.
And I was like, it just feels weird. And she was like, but here's the thing, you've been performing since you were 8.
Mm-hmm.
You have been, you've been doing wigs for 10 years, you've been sewing for 10 years, you've been doing drag for this long. She was like, you have taken the time, you have been patient, and maybe this is just the reward and it's coming very quickly. But that was what I said to TikTok too. I was like, I'm a wig stylist and people watch me do this every day. And now I am so busy that like I could potentially keep this as a full-time job after the whole Panda Express has ended, the Pandemi Lovato. So I was like, you all are now cutting me off from essentially my revenue because I'm not part of the creator fund. I don't get paid by TikTok.
I don't
I
either.
was there, I was there to get, attention. I want to be on Drag Race. I want to be on TV. I want to be well known as a performer. I don't want to go back to tech sales. So I'm getting what I want out of TikTok, but I'm like, they're just ever since the whole
Would
thing
you
with
be
Donald Trump and you
okay?
have to sell it, they've been a nightmare.
Would you be okay if you blew up on Instagram rather than TikTok?
Oh my
Like,
God,
would
I
it
would
matter?
be
Because like that makes I mean, obviously, we're about to talk about your business, which is mainly on obviously right now
on
on
Instagram. But that's the thing is that I was hoping TikTok blowing up would make my Instagram blow up because Instagram,
we
to
all
be
feel that
entirely
way.
frank, is Instagram is more powerful than TikTok.
Yes. It stays.
As
There's not a lot that gets taken down. It's been there. It's staying there. They've said they won't
right,
do shit about like getting rid of likes. That's still there because of the power of the people. Like Instagram's a very stronghold place. Like whether you like it or not, it's
and
there.
that's the thing. There are drag queens with 50,000 followers on Instagram who are getting booked all over the place. And I'm like, like let's take like I love Laguna Blue. She's
Okay.
incredible out of New York. She's part of Stephanie's Child with Rose and Jan from Drag Race.
Okay.
Like as a technicality, I have more followers than her. But she is literally world famous and she has like 50,000 followers on Instagram.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
Instagram is just a more powerful platform. Because as a technicality, I am one of the most followed drag queens on TikTok.
Mhm.
But the thing is that, I don't know, some makeup company isn't going to reach out to be like, oh, we'll pay you to make videos because I make comedy videos. I'm not doing like beauty tutorials.
Yeah.
Whereas I could be funny and on Instagram, someone will pay me to
Yeah.
promote their makeup.
Right.
So I would love if Instagram blew up, and because I've never had an issue on Instagram.
Yeah.
But
So
you know
for
what? For what it is, Instagram's treating me well, and my business is
yeah.
doing great.
Have you decided to put your I haven't done much research on your Instagram, but have you put your TikToks on Reels yet?
Um, Not really, because that would require me to understand how any of that works. I have managed to download videos from
Okay.
TikTok and post them on Instagram, but I am technologically an 84-year-old.
Listen, well, I mean, hear me out. Like, obviously, I can teach you how it works, but it might be beneficial because TikTok fucks you over, but you can just make the video in TikTok, put it on Reels, and it'll just be the same video, but like they don't really have the community guidelines shit. Like you can literally just
Yeah.
put it in there and people will see it and like more people might come. And I don't know if many people know this, but you can actually make money off of Reels. Um, Obviously,
Run
again,
me my coins. I
if
am a
you have
beautiful,
enough people, right?
iconic, and I know this is a podcast. I'm such a, oh my gosh, I'm so skinny. I'm just a skinny, skinny white girl. Wow, give me money. Hello, where's my check?
Okay, let's go into the business because we've already been talking for a little bit. And I definitely
Yeah.
want to talk about this. Let's start with you were talking about before where it had a different name, or a slightly different name. Let's talk about how the business started first.
Yeah. So, coming up in theater, what that I liked so much was, oh, hold on. My AirPods are about to die. I have to switch you over to like speaker.
Okay, okay.
How do I do that? Oh my gosh.
We can still hear you. We're good. Okay.
I'm gonna
We're
do
here.
this.
We're giving it.
Okay, can you still hear me?
Yes, but it paused your screen. Oh, there we go.
Okay, cool.
Getting things fixed. Oh,
I was in theater for the longest time, and for some reason, the thing that annoyed me most was bad wigs. So I started doing wigs about 10 years ago, basically self-taught, and I worked on theater wigs for the longest time. And then, drag queens are always looking for someone to do hair and always looking for someone to sew. So I slowly started doing drag wigs, and then I started doing my own wigs. So a few years ago, oh my gosh, probably like 6 years ago, I started calling my quote unquote company Butch Queens, which is a reference to Paris is Burning, Butch Queens, First Time in Drags at a Ball. Because ultimately, even with corsets and pads on, I look like a linebacker in a dress. So that's my key, that's my truth. So Butch Queens was my like wigs and drag costumes and drag accessories.
yeah.
And then the thing that you are familiar with is Wear Butch Queens, which
Yeah.
is my spin-off that I launched in 2020 because, suddenly being out of a job, I needed another income source because, drags kind of came to a pause. So people weren't ordering wigs and stuff as much. And I was like, well, I know how to sew. And if I can count on anything, it's that the gays love a Speedo,
Right.
truly. So I was like, okay, I'm going to develop some patterns and I'm going to do this. And I found some friends to be models for me. It was like cost me next to nothing. I shot a bunch of stuff for Instagram, and it's been slower to grow, but I've had steady orders for that since it started.
Are we allowed
Um,
to put a number on it? Do you know how many specific orders you've had so far?
um, I just crossed 150.
Fucking come through. And the business officially launched on, do you know specifically?
Oh my God, of course not. I don't know.
You know
You'd
the
have to go.
month?
I want to say like last year in like, I don't know, August or September.
Okay. Oh, I guess I'm on your Insta. I literally came on Instagram. This is July 11th. It says coming soon.
Yeah, so probably August was when I like
August. Yeah.
really.
Okay. That's what it said. That's what it's looking like.
And listen, I'm not trying to compete with the big guys. This was a way for me to like make cool stuff that I thought looked cool, and like I
Right.
wanted guys to just like feel comfortable in it. But what I thought was so funny was when I reached out to guys who were not, quote unquote Speedo bodies, like my friends, they were like, oh, I can't model for that. And I was like, why? I am asking you to. And I did not want to perpetuate this whole like white guy with abs thing. But it was like when I asked my friends who were not in that quote unquote, if they didn't feel like they fit that narrative, they were so nervous about it. And I still am having trouble like finding guys who are bigger or, you know, men of color, because they're like, oh, I don't know, that doesn't work for me. I'm like, bitch, it does.
Okay,
If you
so
let it.
I'm gonna take a pause from that for 2 seconds because, or I guess not a pause, because okay, I don't know if you saw it or not, but I made a video. I made a podcast and I made a video this past week about, and I called it the Speedo Dilemma. And I was calling it the hole in the market. I had looked at least 20 websites, anything from big corporations like Amazon, Andrew Christian, to the smallest of the small queer-owned businesses. Specifically, I called out Wear Butch Queens, and Patrick Allen Wood. I don't know if you're familiar.
Oh, yeah, yes. Yeah. He was in the same deal as me. It was like, that was like a pandemic way for him to make money.
Correct. So, and those were the two I bought Speedos from. And I went through people's Instagrams, I went through their websites, and I was saying that I felt very uncomfortable. That was the first time. I've never been on the Andrew Christian website up until like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
And yes, it is disgusting. It's absolutely, it makes me want to throw up. Like, it's the worst. And everybody else kind of followed the same pattern. Now, I will say the majority of the websites, whether corporation or small business, I did see a lot of racial diversity. Now, there were some problematic ones, especially in Australia, where like it's still a lot of white men, but the majority of them had a lot of racial diversity. The one thing that they're missing, obviously, is body positivity. That's what I called the hole in the market. I felt like there wasn't a place where it was good quality, reasonably priced. And the reason I don't say cheap is because, like, for people like you or Patrick Allen Wood, I know, I was telling Patrick this, I know what it fucking takes to run a small business.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. And so, and your time and energy and everything's going into this, it can't be cheap, but it can at least be reasonably priced. So, you know,
right.
So like I said, so reasonably priced, good ass quality, with marketing, with body size, racial diversity, and like also obviously like different like skin tones as well.
Yeah.
Was something I was looking for, and I couldn't find it. The last two I literally looked at was yours and Patrick's. And obviously Patrick's is just him. But for some weird reason, I felt comfortable buying from his website because I felt like if he were given the opportunity, and again, pandemic as well, if he could go find other people, he would. And I'm actually going to have him on the podcast in a couple of weeks to talk about his business. But he is doing an open casting call for all different body types. And obviously, so I was looking at yours, and I'm looking at it right now. Which my dumbass wants to ask for all these goddamn people's contacts because they're all fine as fuck.
I know, I lucked out my circle of acquaintances, but even then it was like that was basically like who was willing to. And like when we shot everything, it was like it was like I was like 15 feet away from everyone, you know, like I wore masks, we did it as safely as possible. Yeah. But it was like I literally reached out to friends who I think are gorgeous humans, but it was like they were like, I don't know, like I don't have the body for that. And I was like, I'm asking you for a reason. I'm not asking you to tokenize you. I'm asking you because I think you would look good in this. So like, you know, at some point I had to get images shot. I needed to get stuff out there so I could try and start making some money. But it's like, you know, I'm like, I'm reaching out to you for a reason.
Yeah.
And like, even then, like the one guy on there, Nick, he's got like 100,000 Instagram followers, and he, you know, he's like shredded, great. But like, I think Preston,
which is it, this guy?
No, that's Preston. He's a really good friend of mine.
He's fine as fuck.
Oh, great looking guy, like so sweet. Was like so happy to help me.
That's him, right? That's the same person.
Yes.
Okay. Who is this person that we're speaking of? This guy with the tattoos?
No, guy with the tattoos, his name is Kaven.
We're getting
but like, you know, but here's the thing is like those guys clearly know their way around the gym. Great, sure. But you know, I still want, like, I don't know, I want everyone to be able to wear my stuff. A guy the other day.
Well, that's why I'm gonna tell you the person that literally made me buy your suit.
Oh, that's my friend Richard. So handsome.
This man, you can literally thank him. You can thank him for being the one person that I saw. Now, granted, I don't know really what's under his shirt. Like you can see, obviously, a couple other ones.
He's a beefcake. We love Richard.
He doesn't have a six-pack ab. He was the one that I was like, I fucking love this man. This is the reason I'm buying this suit. And I felt like because of Richard, you would find other people, you would go out of your way to find the people that would feel comfortable to fucking do the things that you need to get done.
Well, even then, he was like, you want me to model? I was like, yes, bitch, take your pants off. Like,
Richard, if you're listening, I'm gonna make you send this to him. Richard needs to get his Richard. First of all, he's fucking gorgeous.
Yes.
Like, first of all, I need to say this. I'm gonna say this until everyone starts coming to you. Everybody is a goddamn swim body. Shut the fuck up. You do not need to have abs. You don't need to be a fucking skinny as fuck. Everybody is a swim body. Nobody is judging you except for your goddamn self. Like
that's how I am. I think
people around you at the pool are drinking their beer and forgetting that you even are there. So Be the main character, wear the goddamn Speedo, put it on, take photos of yourself. Like, this is the shit I'm gonna do. Like, I don't have six-pack abs. Like, I don't know what people think. People are out here like, you're conventionally attractive, which I appreciate the compliment. But like, I don't have six-pack abs. Like, I still have my love handle. Like, I'm slowly getting more athletic. Sure, great, love that for me. But like, I'm not that picture person. I love modeling. I love feeling like I can model. Like, I would love to model full time. Like, that'd be so super fucking fun. But like, I'm not that conventionally attractive in that sort of way. And so, but like, stop letting shit bother you like that. Like, Richard is fucking gorgeous. He's an icon. And like, again, he's the reason I bought the fucking suit. Like, all of these people are gorgeous. Obviously, you again have some racial diversity and ethnic diversity on here, but like, he was the one who, because, you know, he was the one guy who really doesn't really have abs on.
Well, because here's the thing is, we get fed this constant stream of incredibly good looking, very muscular white guys from the big cities, but like, who's actually buying it is everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I wanted guys who like look like my customers. And then John, who you see on there, John, he's Asian American. He's like 6'2" beefcake, has the biggest quads I've ever seen in my life. He just bought a ton of stuff to wear, like, from me, and he was one of my models. Like, I don't know, I just want everyone to feel comfortable. And like, I just had someone reach out and like, they were like, oh, can you make this in a 4X? And I'm like, yeah, girl.
Okay, so I've talked about this in my last podcast. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. Oh my God, what is with me today and like blanking on what I'm about to say? Jesus.
It's the vaccine.
Sex.
It is. It's communist China.
I know it's coming through. Oh God. Sex sells. We know this. When sex sold in 1940, it was women and men. That was it. That was all we were doing. Like, this little bit of a trigger warning, but like, including rape. Like, rape was in that category of like sex selling. It is 2021. Our definition of sex is different. Sex is a universal language. Sex is all body types. Sex is all races. Sex is all skin tones. Sex is sexualities. Sex isn't just like penetration. That's not all sex is. Like, our sex selling is this, like that, like your Instagram page, regardless of having a struggle or not, is today's definition of sex.
Right. And like, I just want people to wear my stuff. And this does not mean just wear butch queens. Like, if you put on one of my Speedos or one of my sweatshirts, like, I want you to feel comfortable and like sexy about yourself. I feel the same way though about like, if I make a wig for a drag performer, I want them to put that on and be like, oh my God, I look amazing. And same thing with costumes, because like, we all have those things, you know, our favorite t-shirt that, like, I don't know, it makes our arms look great. Like, everyone's got those things that make them feel great. And if I can be the person to make that thing,
well, you're also bringing out these people in their bodies and feeling more comfortable, not just in their clothing, but in their selves.
Right. Everyone get your nipples out. Hot girl summer.
Hell yeah. Everyone. The thing is, like, okay, I love being super frank and super honest, so we're getting into it. Your nipple, whether you are a XXX or a extra small is the same. Same with your asshole. I'm just putting it out there.
Right. They're all antennas to guide the aliens home. You guys.
I'm dead. But something I also did want to like commend you on, like something that also made me very happy was I looked at sizing charts and things for these websites, and a lot of them stopped not only at 40, but obviously they also didn't go up to 50, and they didn't call them triple XLs. Like, you know, some stopped at L. And some didn't have an extra small, which I want to call out too, is like, it's not even just like, they're just showing ripped muscles, abs. They're not even showing like scrawny, skinny bodies.
Well, because listen, some people, that is the way you're built. You can eat 10,000 calories a day and you can still be very slender. And like, that was important. And that was like when the guy ordered the 4X the other day, I was like, yeah, I have a pattern for that. Like,
I think I would have cried.
Whatever. Well, I actually asked, I was like, well, what waist size do you normally take so I can make sure that like I'm getting you the right thing?
Yeah.
Because, you know, like I am technically a plus size person. Like there's a lot of weird shame around like, oh, that didn't fit, I have to go a size bigger. I'm like, I'm just going to give you exactly what you want the first time. So like you can wear your neon like acid floral Speedo to the pool, and like honestly, I hope you pair it with a lovely sun hat. Yeah. I hope you get a tan. That is all I want.
Slowly, like, I'm excited because I definitely want to get, what's the ass out one?
Oh, like a thong?
No, it's what do you call it on your Instagram?
Wait.
Like,
what are you talking
about?
Like
you call it the Zag.
Oh yeah, the swim thong. Yeah, it's the Zag.
Yeah, okay, my bad. Okay. But like, I'm not confident to put my ass out like that yet, but I definitely feel like it's coming. Like, I'm definitely
okay. Hold on. Oh. I looked at your Instagram. I seen what you do. You are posting some unchristian images on there. I seen what you do. No, well, here's the thing. Like, try it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just want everyone to like feel confident, because you know, and I don't want to like go back into the TikTok thing, because here I am. I'm this like fucking white person with 100,000 followers who's like, TikTok banned me. But like, I want everyone to give zero fucks in the way that I give zero fucks.
Okay. And I feel the exact same way. I tell people, I can be very humble a lot of the time. And people always tell me that, which is crazy because I feel like I am, but I'm also not. I'm definitely not about to be. I give bomb as fuck advice. People who don't take my advice get fucked over. I'm just putting it out there. I tell people all the time confident, inspirational shit. And you see these people on TikTok all the time getting famous off of just giving inspirational advice. I do it and I get no views whatsoever on these TikToks. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about what people think. There are some, obviously, like I said, like I'm like the ass thing, whatever. Like, I'm almost there. I'd say I'm like good 90%. But like, you know, again, no one gives a shit. You're going to the pool for 2 hours. No one's thinking, where'd the kid with his ass out go? Nobody's thinking that. They might talk about it for 2 seconds. Who gives a shit? They're probably saying, that's a confident ass person with their ass out. I want a bathing suit like that. Because obviously we know word of mouth is, again, a huge marketing tool, especially businesses. Like, with their ass out, like, they're probably walking by being like, where the fuck can I buy that bathing suit? That's probably what they're thinking. That's all. And if you're thinking negative thoughts that people are being like, oh my God, you're fat, like they're judging you, they're not. Think about the things that they probably are going to be thinking. Like, where the fuck did you get that bathing suit? Where the fuck did you get that goddamn confidence walking around looking like a bad bitch? Like, these are the things that like irk me, because like, I want to be inspirational. I want to tell people shit. And like, those videos don't get views because people want to see me fucking cry on camera. Like, that's what I'm famous for, is fucking crying on camera.
Oh, see, I had the abilities to do that removed in the 70s. So I just have to be an asshole on TikTok.
I'm dead, but I try. I want to kind of go backwards. So
yeah,
small questions. We can kind of rapid fire just a little bit. When is the
Yeah.
website coming? Because first of all, I'm very fucking excited about it. Second of all, we want to know. We want to know.
So the website will probably be like late summer. I'm working on the next set of collections now, and like frankly, just trying to get the money together to shoot.
That was my next question. Come through.
So yeah, I want to shoot this summer. I want to get everything up for fall. I think it's gonna be a little bit of a DIY operation probably until like the end of this year, because I have a lot of things on my plate and I hate to be that person, but I'm like, I have a lot of secret projects I'm working on. You guys subscribe and like to my channel before we get started, but like I do have a lot of things in the hopper. So it's one of those things that I'm working on, and like I said, I'm not great with technology, so I'm working with someone to work on it with me, but I also don't want to launch it and then have even more orders and not be able to keep up. So I'm trying to set myself up to not mess up. But yeah, it's coming soon. I might temporarily launch an Etsy in the next few weeks, just to like have some organized way for people to like order stuff. But yeah, the website will be coming soon, but I want to shoot stuff.
Are you going
maybe
to
if I
have
get
a
the
lot
money.
more than just Speedos on this website?
Well, yeah, because I do
Well,
like,
besides
the tank tops and I do the sweatshirts and yeah, all that stuff.
Okay. I was gonna ask, so is there a tentative date for the new collection, or collection and website are gonna come together? Most likely.
That is a good question. So if I can get everything shot in the next few weeks, it's going to be like a late summer collection, because I also feel like we're going to go ham this year, because what I'm planning for next year, when we are totally over the like pandemic Lovato, is going to be
insane.
Absolutely insane. Like the things that I have planned are nuts. Like if you thought a bright neon swim thong was gay, you have no idea what
is that your most sold, is your acid chevron?
Yeah, so the acid chevron, the one that like that, okay, so the Preston brief is named after Preston because he's like a close friend. He is like
Preston,
the best model.
come through.
Preston work. But yeah, it's that and the neon tropics, which is like the bright neon, like kind of like Tahitian floral pattern. Those two are the biggest selling. But I have some really cute ones coming out. Oh my god, I should fly you out and you should model.
See, if you want to do that, don't say that and not be ready, because bitch, I'll do it.
That's like when people are like, I want to book Nan. I was like, buy me a plane ticket. I will be there.
No, I'll cry.
I will come and verbally assault whatever group of white women you want me to.
No, seriously, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll fly to you. I'll fly you out to me, bitch. I'll do it. Don't even. Anyways, we'll get into that after. But so yeah, so I commend you on being like very open and very positive about your sizes as well as your.
And to anyone listening, if you are a big boy, you need to DM me and you need to come model.
Also, if you're out there and you're a big person and you want to be like, I don't look good in this, I'm going to give you one goddamn name. And if you don't go look this up, I'm going to be very pissed. Go on TikTok, look up Viking. Yes, like the red haired people. Viking Dude NYC. That's all you need to know. Go to his fucking page. You're going to see him in all sorts of bathing suits and like underwear. And you're going to be like, oh shit. Like he's not a guy with abs. He's insanely attractive. But like,
we know who Matthew got a crush on now.
He's incredible. I fucking love him. Like, he follows me, I follow him. Like, I love him. Like, he's incredible. Okay, website. What is your favorite look? What is your favorite look? I assume you wear your own shit. What's your favorite that you wear, and what's your favorite that you've made? Unless
okay, favorite that I wear is the Preston in acid chevron, because those colors just look nice against my skin. And I should point out that I am Irish and French, which is why I am a ghost and also very drunk and mean. So those colors look nice against my violently Caucasian skin. And the favorite that I've made is the Luxe Crystal which is it's a full Speedo that is covered in hundreds of dollars of Swarovski rhinestones.
Crazy.
It is completely impractical. There's no reason for you to have it, and yet everyone should have it. Like, it is amazing.
I assume this is the model that you were talking about before.
That's Nick. And here's the thing. And he's like a personal trainer. So it is his job to work out. And that was probably he looks like that way. But I had trouble getting guys who were bigger to model. But I'm like, put on the sparkly swimsuit and you will feel the magic.
I'm sorry. I'm going to give a tip to all the people that are listening that are bigger and thinking about it. You will be famous. I know that sounds insane. These are the people that are going to change the market. Everybody else has already seen all of these ripped guys wearing this shit. If you're a bigger person and you put yourself in this shit, people will be going to like that shit. If you market it right, people are going to like, you are going to start seeing your body, your face, your goody goods everywhere.
That's right. Subscribe to that OnlyFans for exclusive content.
Amen. So go do that. Okay. So we talked about the hole in the market. Obviously, you are trying to really find other people to really hammer this down, because that hole in the market is there. It's a gross hole in the market that should be fixed, and you're gonna do it.
Right. Like, I just like I said, I want everyone to wake up in the morning and feel the way that I do. And this is not to say that I do not have struggles. Like, you know, I without getting too heavy and without being like, here's my Drag Race origin story. Like, you know, I'm someone who I have severe depression. I have severe anxiety. Those are things I deal with every single day of my life. But I also like wake up in the morning and I am convinced I'm the main character. I'm probably a sociopath. Who knows? Could be a serial killer. Who knows? They'll never find the bodies. But I truly, like, I don't care who you are, where you're from. I don't care what color your skin is, what color your hair is. I don't care what size you are. Everyone deserves to feel the way that I do as an egomaniacal drag queen. Like, go through life with the energy of Nantuckette, who is a psychopath. Your life will change so drastically when you stop caring about what other people's opinions of you are. So wear the Speedo, wear the ridiculous wig, wear the Speedo covered in rhinestones. Like, it will improve the quality of your life.
Wear what makes you comfortable, but more importantly, wear what makes you confident, because it is proven. If you walk into a room with the amount of confidence, let's just say a fucking Nantucket, if you don't know who that is, you're doing it wrong. So for another example, if you ain't walking into a room feeling like a goddamn Meryl Streep, bitch, you're doing it wrong. It is proven. If you go somewhere and you walk into somewhere and you just prove that you're confident, you're going to get that discount. You're going to make out with someone. You're going to, whatever it is you want in life, whatever dream it is, if you go in with that confidence, you're going to get it. Like, that's just a fact. Like, you're going to do it. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard, but you're going to fucking do it.
It is a journey to get to that place, and it's not going to happen overnight, but like, just embracing yourself is absolutely worth it. I think one of the best kind of anecdotes I have about this was, you know, I've been doing wigs for so long and I really wanted to like get my name out there. So I finally, with a friend who does a lot of like events, we did DragCon New York City 2019 together. And it was my first, I'd been to all of them. It was my first time as a vendor. And I was so nervous because I'm like, my wigs aren't going to be good enough. No one's going to want to buy stuff. And then I realized that like, I am a salesperson and I have a great personality. And I had so many people who were like, I didn't intend to buy anything, but I just had so much fun chatting with you that I was like, I'm going to buy something from this person.
Amen.
And I honestly, I had so much fun just like drinking my mimosas all day and partying with people at DragCon. And I was like, I want to do this every day. Like, having people enjoy my personality and my presence and having people compliment my work. It really helped a lot with my imposter syndrome. It helped a lot in making me feel worthy. And if that is not your journey, it might not be a bunch of drag queens being like, yes, bitch, work, I love your wigs. Whatever it is worth pursuing whatever makes you happy, because like, life is too short. We just lost, God, almost 600,000 people in the US to this like flying invisible disease. Like, if now if not now, when? You know what I mean? Like,
You can't
step it
wait
up.
until you're on your deathbed to be like, I want to be fucking confident.
Well, I'm immortal, so I can't die,
Like,
but I do understand what you are saying.
okay, I have one more question.
Yes.
So what's next, not only for your business, but also for you? But before I say that, can
Mhm.
I assume that this is what you want to do? Like, this is because this feels like you were made to do this. Like, I know that, like, and I don't want to put you, that's why I'm asking, because I don't want to put
Yeah.
box where you're like stuck here forever now, because we all know you can have different dreams. You can do that shit. Like, you can make speedos and go on fucking television. Which, by the way, if I ever saw you on television as you in your suit, I think I would pass out. No thing, but like, so yeah, can I, because this feels like, because now that I've talked to you, like, this feels like you. This feels like your heart, your soul, like you're putting your time, your energy, you're doing the fucking thing, and you're filling that hole in the market that I've been talking about. Like, this feels like that moment.
Oh, absolutely. Like what I want to do ultimately is like I always want to be able to work for myself, and I always want to do something that I find creatively engaging. So
Yeah.
doing this little line, it's great because you know what? As soon as I'm bored of like sewing all these fabrics, I can try new styles and I can try new fabrics. I'm sure Patrick would say the same thing.
Yeah.
It is the same thing with making drag costumes. You know what? I could make the same gown over and over and over again, but it's with different stuff and it's for different performers. It's the same thing with wigs.
Yeah.
Lord knows, I just got done doing a collection of pride, quote unquote, pride wigs, and it was the same wig over and over and over again. But even when I was like, oh my God, I'm making this wig for the ninth time, I was like, I am getting paid to do the thing that I love to do.
Yeah.
And like, here's my thing too. Selling a bunch of Speedos to a bunch of hot dudes who are going to send me photos of how good they look.
Doesn't sound like a bad life.
Oh my God, I get thirst traps in my DMs that aren't even thirst traps that are just like, oh my God, look at me. And I'm like, oh my God, look at you. And
That's
it's the same, it's the
that's the
same thing with,
confidence we need between people. It's like, oh my God, look at you. Like, oh my God, look at you. And like, just let it flow, bitch.
truly. And I mean, and I freak out when I see drag entertainers wearing my wigs or my costumes. Like I, okay, so I really do thank you for saying that, because I feel like yes, my goal in life, yes, is to be a performer. I want to be famous for being a comedian,
Yeah.
sure, but all of the things that I do now as a way to like pay my bills, it is an actual passion project that I'm pursuing. I've been trying for years to get my work on Drag Race.
Yeah.
In unexpectedly during the season 13 reunion, Utica was wearing a pair of my glasses, and I did not know that it was going to happen. So I'm sitting on my couch and I'm just like, oh my God, 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 those are mine. Here's the thing though, obviously I knew this because this was last summer when I did it, but Scarlett, I'm allowed to talk about it now because the cast has been announced, but Scarlett Envy, who was on All Star 6 of Drag Race, reached out because she had gotten a wig from me at DragCon and was like, can you do some stuff for All Stars? So I had to be like top secret, do all this stuff. And then a few weeks ago, she reached out to be like, hey, we're about to film the promo. Can you do hair? And I was like, oh my God, yes. So I knew that finally the thing I've tried so hard to do is to get my work on Drag Race. Because yes,
I mean,
love
I'd
where
love to say you put your foot in the door, but you put your hair in the door.
truly, I put that wig through that door. And when a friend texted me, they're like, oh my God, they're announcing the cast. I was sitting on my couch.
I was like, I know.
crying when I saw Scarlett in my hair, because it's like, that has been a goal that I've had for so long.
Yeah.
And now it's there. But now I'm like, okay, well, how can I get my Speedos on TV? How can I get more stuff on TV? Like, how can I put myself out there more? Because I want people to want to come to me for these things. And right now I'm making the steps. I'm putting in the hard yards.
I told people, I said, from now on, the only two people I am buying bathing suits from are you and Patrick. I'm not even joking. Like, I don't want to do this with anybody else. Like, I know this is sound weirding, but like, you, me, and him, like, I just like, there's this entrepreneurial space and people still judge it, like even on like Tinder and shit, when you put entrepreneur, people are like, oh, you don't have a job. Like, and at this point, honestly, after the pandemic, hopefully that shit doesn't fly anymore. Cause like, let's be real, like whatever, like we're slowly all starting to like, if you want to have a YouTube channel and you want to be famous for being on YouTube, for doing your thing, fucking do it.
Do it. The other person, and I would like to highlight too, and I don't know if you saw them, but another brand that I love a ton is MCE Creations. And the reason I like to point them out is because there are a lot of people like me and like Patrick who are, white gay guys doing this. MCE Creations is Black and queer owned, and the stuff they make is also amazing. Like I see, and their social media game is so much better than me, but they do the same thing in that they highlight and love and retweet and post everyone who wears their stuff. Sure, they're hot Insta-gays wearing it, but they're hot bears wearing it, and there were hot little twinks wearing it. Like I really love what they do. I don't know if you stumbled across them, because again, it's like
I haven't.
We're smaller niche brands, but MCE Creations is also worth checking out. But like, I'm just happy that our community is supporting our own and looking out for one another.
Stop buying from Andrew Christian. I swear to God. If I ever see somebody take their pants off and it's Andrew Christian, I will kick them out. I'll be like, try harder. Like,
thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Your Uber is waiting.
Thank you. Your Uber is waiting. I actually used your phone to buy it. So congrats.
I did use my promo code though. But yeah, I love what I do. I thank you for recognizing that. I just want to make people feel good. And if I am performing as a comedian, I want to make people laugh, and I want to make people feel like they are safe around me.
Yeah.
And on TikTok, I always sign off by saying, like, I call everyone the Unicorn Collective. I want people to feel safe. I want people to know that like they can come chill if they've had a stressful day. I've had younger kids be like, I came out to my parents as trans and I don't know what to do. Like, I just want people to feel confident around me. I want to gas people up. I want to make people smile and laugh. And whether that is like you came to one of my shows and I made you laugh, or when you put on a wig that I made, it's your favorite thing, or when you're like, I want to feel sexy today and I'm putting on, the Speedo I got from Wear Butch Queens. I want to create positive memories for people, because that is kind of what I feel like I'm supposed to do. Because let me tell you, being a serial killer takes so much organization, and I simply can't. And I cannot go back to prison.
Yeah.
So this is what I have to do now.
Yeah. Taken out of time out of your busy life to, make Speedos instead of kill people. I can't. Is there something, I'm really grasping right now, is there some item that you kind of have already kind of set in the back of your mind? You're like, I'm doing this, it's gonna happen, that you can tell us, like something that you're really fucking excited about, like something that you haven't shown yet?
So we are expanding on like the idea of like ridiculous rhinestone things. Okay. So there is a like duo mesh rhinestoned Speedo coming.
How does that mesh Speedo work?
It is, well,
you so cover the dick with the rhinestones.
Oh my God, I should. No, it's almost like an athletic mesh, but it is a dual layered, it's athletic mesh with a power net over it. So it's got like this kind of like duochrome look to it that is then hand rhinestoned. And it's like, everyone is going to look amazing in it. It's going to be ridiculous.
I already won it.
I want people wearing it next year for Pride and for like their little pool parties and stuff. And that is coming. And then my hope is I want to collaborate with a friend of mine to do some very special pieces next year, but that is still
under the wrap.
In the works. And then who knows, maybe next year my dreams come true and I get cast on Drag Race and I say, listen, I got to take a break to go be a horrible nightmare goblin on national TV, but I will be back to you making Speedos so shortly.
I'm dead. Is there obviously there's an application, is there a place people can vote for you to be like, we need this person on?
Oh my God, I wish. No,
tweet, they stopped y'all tweet at Nantuckette needs to go
truly on. Nan for season 15. No, there used to be a fan vote, but now you just got to get through the grueling process. But like, listen, one of the reasons that I want to be well known is so that I can keep doing this. Because here's the thing, I could get on Drag Race, you might get a year of fame out of that, but then I can use my name to keep my brand going. So like that's why I'm doing all of it.
Yeah. Okay, answer this really quickly, but the rhinestone shit that you have, how
Yes.
does that work? Like, do you know the science behind that? Like obviously, like, do the rhinestones stay into, like, I'm not questioning whether they do or not, but like, do the rhinestones stay intact when you're swimming, like, aggressively or whatnot? Like,
so yes, and I actually, like, literally when we were shooting with Preston at the house with the pool,
yeah.
I actually took a bunch and like threw them in the pool all weekend.
Oh,
and just like let them sit, and I pulled them out, and that's actually how I figured out which stones to keep using and not using. So yeah, I'm working with pieces that specifically, like,
okay, fun
I've worked
research.
with I've worked with adhesives that are waterproof, either that or they are actually sewn onto the garment. And I'm working with stuff specifically that like is water safe. But like, so I will admit, some of the stuff that we photographed is like that gem brief with like all those huge gems on it. I had to switch out the actual like gems that I'm using for like really high quality glass ones, because those can be like cleaned and stuff. But obviously that is not your like, I'm gonna wear this every day to the beach.
Right.
It is very much the statement piece. But yes, we did our gay science, our gay
I feel like
research.
we need to get like Tom Daly wearing your Speedos.
Oh my God, word. Yes,
That'd be
Tom.
everything.
Oh my God, we love a British twink.
He's fine as fuck. Okay, I have two more questions. They're really quick. Do you realize that you're changing the world?
Oh my God. What? Oh my God. Um, I I think more so very, very, very recently, yes. Because I suddenly gained this huge platform, and I had people who are complete strangers reaching out and telling me that what I do, even if it's just these stupid funny videos, has improved their day. And like, I am not a brain surgeon. I am not going to cure cancer. I am not going to like solve world hunger. But since that is what I think my purpose is, I think yes. And I do not say that with ego, because my goal is just to turn people's days around and make people like laugh and smile.
Yeah.
So yes, that is a very profound question. And you know that drag queens are usually answering pageant questions, and we're usually very drunk. I'm surprised that I answered that well.
I love that. You know what they say, not all heroes wear capes, but they do wear Speedos.
Or a lovely gown and my nice Catholic jewelry.
I mean, yeah, true. Truly.
Bless.
Can you make me a gown? Oh my God, I would love that. I would cry.
That
Last
reveals
question.
to your Speedo naturally.
What'd you say?
That reveals to your Speedo naturally.
If that's something you could do.
Oh, honey, I can do everything. I'm a witch.
Love that. That would be iconic, though. I literally would be obsessed with that. It's just like it's like the rhinestone one too, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Last question that I like to ask: are we dating?
Oh my God, are we dating?
Are we dating?
I don't know, because the last 4 husbands I've had have disappeared under mysterious circumstances, and you just seem so sweet, and I just don't want the similar fate to befall you.
Okay.
You also, you know, I tend to marry the ones who are very old and very wealthy, so I can inherit things. That being said,
I love that you assume I'm not wealthy. You never know.
But you're not like old and decrepit and like headed to death's door soon. So like you know.
Yeah,
However,
you
now that you have the Speedos, you can come be my pool boy. You can be the mysterious pool boy.
I would love that.
Because I'm a very wealthy widow, I can offer you a starting salary of $250,000.
Yes,
and obviously uniforms included.
Right.
So I wouldn't say we were dating for your own safety and well-being, as I am Ursula the Sea Witch and also a succubus and a nightmare demon goblin from hell.
I'll just be the pool boy that hangs out with Preston and Zach all day. Cool.
Truly, but we can be besties who wear caftans by the pool and just like twirl around Stevie Nicks music.
Which one are you putting me in? That's the question.
Oh, well, because now that you said you're curious, we're putting you in the Zach swim thong and like the neon floral, because as RuPaul once said in her iconic hit Supermodel, you better work, cover girl.
Queen. I love that. I love that answer. I love all the answers that you've given me today.
Oh my God,
Thank you so much. I'm gonna cry. Like, this is so fucking fun, and it's just like, again, sometimes you got to be a little bit selfish. So what I'm gonna say is like a little bit selfish, but like, and I know you were working on it before I even said it, but like, the fact that like literally last week I was trying to find a Speedo because I need it for my vacation next month, and just because like I feel confident enough to wear it, and I literally was really upset by the marketing and things like that, and the fact that I was speaking it out into the world, and then I just hit you, and obviously like I said, Patrick's coming on too. Like, I hit both of you guys up, and both of you guys literally were like, yeah, like, we're doing the shit. And I was like, you're filling that hole in the market that needs to be there, and like, whether or not you want to continue this on or pass it on to somebody, like, this is gonna live on. Like, these are the businesses that are going to go from being like, let's support local queer small owned business, to like, oh, this bitch is running like his own giant ass corporation store. Like,
Work. I mean, I hope so. And I know the package that you purchased is on the way, but there might be something else in the mail, but I can't tell you about that.
Okay.
It's a puppy. Just kidding. It's not.
If somebody sent me a puppy, I would literally, like, no offense to that puppy, but I would throw it over the balcony that I have.
Oh my God,
I'm not in a place to pet.
Okay, it's not a pet, but it is something that I think you will enjoy because my taste is impeccable.
Okay.
So there might be some other things on the way.
I'll cry. I'm a crier. I'm a Cancer. Tears will fall.
I'm an Aquarius, which makes sense because I'm a psychopath.
I love that. Yeah. Okay.
Work. But yeah, we have some things. So, everyone go look on his Instagram for the incoming thirst pictures that I'm sure will be posted. And you can follow my Instagram for beautiful photos of me being the world's most iconic woman.
Yeah, that's the last thing. Plug everything that you need to plug for yourself.
Okay, so let's do this fast. Instagram, I am Nantuckette. That is Nantuckette. That is my personal page. Butch Queens is my drag page. That's BUTCHKWEENS, and it's spelled that way because gays can't spell. And then the eponymous Speedo line is Where Butch Queens.
Yes.
And then if you want to find me on TikTok, I'm at the Nantuckette, and I kind of like, I make the comedy videos, but I also like show people how I sew and do wigs and all that stuff.
And those will be in the descriptions of obviously the video version, but also the version on Spotify and all of that shit. Is it going to be www.wherebutchqueens.com? Are we not quite sure yet?
Oh, it is.
That is exactly the URL is going to be under. Okay. So cool. Yeah. When that comes out, and obviously, like, I'm sure down the line, as soon as that comes out, I'm going to freak out, and I'll probably do a whole video of just showing you the new website because I'm going to be very excited about it. So thank you.
I also love this going to be on video as I'm like holding my phone.
I wasn't going to tell you, but I was like, I don't think he knows.
Hello, everyone.
But I was like, you know what? It's fine. You look gorgeous either way. So.
Thank you. Yes, it's the skincare. I rely on Botox and the tears of my enemies.
Oh, I love that. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for talking with me. I'm obsessed with you. Like we said, go check out his shit in the description. I love all of you, wherever it is, wherever you are. Have a great whatever the fuck, and I will see you guys next time on Deeper Conversations. This has been me, your host, Matthew Silvers, and the incredible Ryan, aka Nantuckette. We love you.
Be gay, do crime.
Bye.